Hey y'all, what's up? This is your boy Evan. Welcome to the Cartoon Block. Today we have special guest Tim Michael from TimMichaelArts. He's going to show y'all how he paints my sketch of Superboy. Get back here in a few seconds and check it out.
Hi folks, it's Tim Michael with TimMichaelArts.com doing a collaboration with Evan from Cartoon Block. I'm going to start off just doing the base tones of this sketch that Evan did. Going to go right in with the base shadows. Want to make sure that I use the shadows that Evan has already marked. I want to make sure that this turns out to be as much as possible the original piece that he drew. I don't want to add or subtract from it so much that it becomes more my piece than his. I want it to really show the artist's work. As the colorist, my job is to really get the details, really refine this to really make his drawing pop. So what I did is I have the layers all set below the sketch layer. That way all I need to do is just make that sketch layer drop its opacity so I can see less and more of it, and when I really don't want it, I just turn it off and I go at it like you're seeing here without. Now my goal is to kind of make this image kind of 3D, so you can see I'm really putting a lot of detail in the eyes, trying to make those pupils look rounded, kind of like a ball instead of just like a flat surface. Going in with my second shading tones, you can see I want to get both sides of the face. I like using more vibrant tones, so I pull more oranges into my shadows instead of dark browns and blacks. And so what you can do is you just go into your color picker, and instead of going down into the darker colors, try going down and to the right into the more vibrant areas of your brown oranges. That really does bring out a lot more of those pieces. If you want to test that theory out, you can also, the layer that you paint on, select the vibrancy layer in the area where you can select the different types of layers that you can choose from, what happens to the colors in those layers. I call them the attributes, and look for vibrancy, and that's going to be kind of cool to see how that works. I'm going to take this in Paint Tool Psi now. In Paint Tool Psi, I'm doing the sketch, the ink lines. You can see I'm doing them in black, and I'm doing them very bold, and I'm only doing the outside. And then as we get closer to the inside, after I get done with the hair and all areas that need black, I'm going to grab a brown. And I'm going to ink the rest in brown. But first I want to get these details in the black. I want to make sure they're nice and bold, anywhere that's around the outside of the body. Now I got the brown. I'm going to go in here and take care of all these extra lines. I'm going to kind of help pull out a little bit more 3D and a little less cartoon, just trying to capture that a little bit. Now I'm going to color in the hair with a little bit of black, and actually it's going to be a gray because I want the black outline to stand out from that hair. And as you can see, if you look very quickly, I'm making masks of each one of these layers as I go along. If you have more questions about masks, you can check out my mask tutorial on my channel, TimMichaelArts. Of course, we got to get that big S for Superboy, and make sure that we fill that in nice and clean. And then once I get this all filled in, then I'll make a mask of this as well, and that's going to come in really handy. There goes the mask. It'll come in really handy in the end. Cleaning up some of the fine details. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some more details on this eye here. As you can see, I have another window open, so I can use the color picker on the other eye. Also lets me know about shaping of the eyes and such like that, making sure I'm matching them up properly. And as you can see, I can even go back and forth between the individual windows and erase depending on what I want. I'm going to go ahead and put in the tear ducts here and get started on the lips. Now, of course, I drew the brown lines on the wrong layer, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up these brown lines around the lips. There we go. Then I'm going to kind of blend things out a little bit. I got the blending tool here that you're going to see me pull out in a second. You're going to see me just kind of blending all of these colors in so they look a little bit more gradient and clean, and you'll see that in just a moment. But I'm also trying to make sure to really, really pop those vibrant tones, those vibrant shaded tones. And I definitely want to get the darker regions and stuff, but you'll see me do something else in a minute here. I'm going to take some of these darker regions and I'm going to put a very bright line in them to make a kind of a mirror reflection, and you'll see that in just a second. That always looks really good, and it's really easy to do. Not too much theory involved in adding that. Alright, now I'm going in with the blending tool. I'm just trying to make sure all these lines look pretty clean. You can see I'm trying to put some definition in the shirt, and a really cool technique that you'll see here in a second is when I make that S on his shirt pop a little bit. But first, let's go check out this hair. I always liked my black hair to have more blue in it, so I made a separate layer that has the masks that I already set, and I'm going to go in here with a bit of blue. Now, I wasn't really sure what I was doing, so I went and tried a couple different things. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And I thought I'll just go ahead and do kind of the highlights. And so I went in there with the blue highlights, and then I went in with like a bluish white, and just kind of went around the hair, just trying to pop it in certain places here and there, just to really give it that extra tone and definition and make it look like there's a bit of a reflection. I think that Evan did some of that in the pre-sketch too. Here's that that reflection image I was telling you about, putting some of that light, kind of a backlight that would be behind Superboy, and I wanted to make sure to go ahead and capture some of that. Really makes his face pop. So every now and then, just make a new layer. Try putting some of the highlight tone on his face in the shadows and just see if you like that or not. And here you go, this is Superboy from Young Justice, a collaboration by Cartoon Block and myself, TimMichaelArts. And just wanted to say a special thanks to Cartoon Block for being such a great mentor here on YouTube, and I appreciate him very much. Evan, thank you very much for letting me do this piece with you. God bless you guys, I love you all, and I'll see you on YouTube.